Sri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai. Question: Ma, when we read or hear something that comes to us through our buddhi, intellect, it is called indirect knowledge. What is the way to change this indirect knowledge into direct knowledge? Ma, when we take something in through the buddhi, it becomes the experience of the buddhi. When there is buddhi, you have bodh, knowledge. It is thought that comes from buddhi. When we are under manoraj, the rule of mind, it is the intellect that works. In that case, it is the mind and the buddhi that work. But there is a very beautiful thing here. Where does this thinking come from? Buddhi is the instrument. But what is the source? The source is God alone. So, if one thinks of God alone all the time, one will get to the source. Let one follow whatever method one has at hand. One may take the line of Prabhu and Das, Lord and servant, or the line of Advaita, non-dualism, or the line of Kriya Yoga, the yoga of combining one's action with God. The main thing is that one should act devotedly on that path with all concentration. If one does that, one will move towards the light. Getting ideas through the mind is something associated with Manoraj. Jagat, the world, involves gati, movement, and jiva means bondage in that world. Anything done within these limitations will not take you to God. Even the brain working within these limitations will not give you what you want. Questions cannot be answered by thinking. Thinking cannot solve these spiritual problems. Therefore, one should not be content with buddhi, and that is a must. Otherwise, if one is satisfied with the thoughts that come through his brain, one will be stuck up there and will ever remain in Manoraj. One will not be able to become manatit, beyond the mind. The way for rising above will not open. Therefore, people who are not satisfied with their mind and thoughts are graced by God. It is all God's grace that they are not satisfied with their minds. It means that through that dissatisfaction, God is inviting and inspiring them, saying, "Come this way. If you travel on this path with the desire to obtain me, you will achieve me. If you move with the desire to achieve worldly pleasures, you will be caught in a vicious cycle. You will be caught in the cycle of birth and death. You will be moving within the bonds of Jiva and Jagat. You will never get out. You will live with desires that will act as your return ticket. This will bring you again to this world to enjoy the remaining desires that you had in your mind when living this world. That is why it is said that you should travel in this life with the aim of obtaining God. After all, both the mind and buddhi are given only by God. They are God's gifts for you so that you may take their help to achieve God. But instead, you have applied them to achieve worldly pleasures. So, if you apply them to attain God, you will attain God. Then you will reach the stage when everything will be crystal clear to you, and you will not experience any satisfaction from the thoughts of your mind. Then, in your bodha understanding, God will come. God will come into your bodha when your mind is with Ram. Then you will reach a state where you will feel that the way for you is opening. You will also feel pleasure. That is why this body says that you should work to attain God. Keep the aim in your mind that your Guru has given to you and move on the path shown by your Guru. If you keep moving on that path untiringly and keep that one aim in your mind, the way will automatically open for you. Therefore, keep moving on this path of Paramarth, the supreme goal. Do not stop at any point until you reach the goal. You have now come to know that when you are on the path of Paramarth, you will be faced with obstacles. This itself is your victory. You have done so much for so many years, and now you have realized that you are not satisfied. You realize that desires and the things of the senses only obstruct your way. Now you no longer think that they are good for you. It is all God's grace. It is God who has given you this thought. So while working in this Manorajya, kingdom of the mind, try to become Aman, no mind. After all, how long will the mind and buddhi help you? Once you reach that stage, God Himself will open the way for you. Therefore, to reach that state, follow the path shown by your Guru with all earnestness and follow his example. Sri Anandamayi Ma ki Jai.